your Super Doppler 10 forecast with meteorologist Jeremy Wheeler.
Well, you know, there's a big blast of cold air that's coming out of the Midwest, and it's rolling down towards our region. So today, I mean, it's going to be pretty chilly. Temperatures probably low 50s here, maybe even near 50. But tomorrow, I mean, temperatures are only going to be in the low 40s for highs and probably even some upper 30s. I mean, that's a blast of cold air here in the mid-Atlantic, northeast states, and so we'll be dealing with that. Now, what's happening is that cold air mass is moving towards us right now. We have high pressure in the area, but this cold front's actually going to move in later this afternoon. There shouldn't be any precipitation with it, but it will change the winds, and that's going to drive down that colder air. Now, tomorrow, an area low pressure is going to form along it. It's going to stall out. Now, there's still some wiggle room for the change, to happen, but this is the latest setup that we have. We'll have rain mainly to the southeast, and then we're in that rain snow line right here in Hampton Roads until this moves through and we warm things up. Then we're going to change it over to rain showers by the later part of the day, towards the midday hours. We're going to take some time here. Let's just go through it and go through future track, and we'll talk about snow totals. So before melting. So we have right now no rain. We'll have a dry day today. We go into the afternoon, and I will admit I disagree with the model on this part. The temperatures, I think we're going to hit around 50 this afternoon. But I do think some upper 40s north of the metro. So I agree with that part of it. So anyway, dry today, partly cloudy, temperatures upper 40s to low 50s for highs. Here we are at 6 p.m., temperatures in the 40s. Then those temperatures are going to fall tonight down into the 30s. And I do agree with this. Now, we have a little bit of precipitation starting up between 3 and 4. It's going to be pretty dry at the surface, so this might take a little while to actually fall, but it will. And so between Williamsburg, maybe to Hampton, Saluda, Gloucester, and maybe as far south as Franklin, a little startup at 3. But here's 5. Now we got some bona fide snow. The moisture in the upper levels is coming up, and it's going to increase enough that we get some snow to fall. Maybe a little bit in Norfolk, maybe a mix in Norfolk, but definitely Hampton, Williamsburg, Franklin, Saluda. And so this area right in through here, Gloucester, Williamsburg, down to Franklin and Wakefield, that's the corridor, I think, where that snow is really going to start to collect. Now, a little bit on the eastern shore there for a bit. That's at 5 o'clock. Rain from Virginia Beach south. Now, that rain snow line sharpens and starts to move north. So now we got the rain taking over in Hampton, Norfolk. It's a cold rain too. Elizabeth City, Outer Banks, it's all rain for you, but still some snow in Franklin, Williamsburg, Wakefield, and Gloucester, in Matthews and Melfa. Now that will change over eventually, probably around noon, but it's going to take some time for that to happen. So you might get some melting, but it might take a while. Then we got some cold rain in the afternoon, and those showers taper off late afternoon into the evening. Saturday, lots of clouds. Highs will be in the 40s, maybe an isolated shower. Okay, so let's talk snow potential. Our future track model, painting some big numbers over here, well, this time of year, 2 inches plus, Wakefield, Williamsburg, Gloucester, Saluda. A melting mix in the metro, these numbers right here, Newport News, Suffolk, that would melt. No rain, or no snow rather, in Virginia Beach. And that's the same tune on all the models pretty much. Hardly anything to the southeast, a melting mix in the metro, and then places like Williamsburg, well, you could really start to collect. So this is the map that I've made putting all that together. We do have 2 to 3 inches, the highest amounts, Richmond to Wakefield and Surrey and James City County, Williamsburg, and maybe western Gloucester. That's where I've got the 2 to 3, and then points to the west. 1 to 2 inches in that medium blue, that's Franklin, that's northern Newport News, that's Mob Jack Bay, and then you see this medium blue, that's a ½ inch to 1 inch. That's Melfa, that's Hampton, for a little bit anyway, before it melts, and then that goes over to western Suffolk. Eastern Suffolk, Portsmouth, maybe Norfolk, and Cape Charles, you might get this traced to a ½ inch before it melts, but it's mostly a melting mix for most of all of Virginia Beach, really. Chesapeake, you may get a little bit for a moment, on some grassy surfaces, but then it melts, and it's all rain in northeast North Carolina along the coast. But, out towards Como, you might see a little bit of light snow there. And then this mostly melts after 10 a.m. All right, so stay tuned for updates. I know that's fine-tuned, but we're probably going to update that map before we get there. Temperature today, upper 40s, low 50s. Partly cloudy skies. No rain today, no snow today. It's tomorrow morning. We get the mix and some snow, and then scattered showers by midday in the afternoon. Rain showers, that is. And then Saturday, Sunday, maybe some isolated, highs in the 40s. And again, I'm tweaking that map. I'm looking at model after model after model. Yeah. So we'll probably tweak it a little more before we get there.